All right. Sure hope you like some cleanup. We're doing a little bit this time, mostly going around and getting all these white Trinities.
So since the princesses have supposedly been returned to their worlds, is Alice kicking around here somewhere?
The princesses have not returned to their worlds.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here is the Alice in Wonderland Keyblade, Lady Luck.
Oh, I like that.
It's a good magic Keyblade, pretty high stats for, you know, one that boosts your magic. So it's pretty good for this point in the game. So yeah, this is Trinity Detect. They just sort of hold up their weapons and it causes the thing to appear. So that's why they can do it in like other worlds.
It's a very all for one, one for all, Three Musketeers kind of move.
Mm-hmm. Unlike Trinity Ladder, where it's them like climbing on each other.
See, I asked that about the princesses because I thought that's what Leon and Yuffie were kind of implying, but I guess I misunderstood what they said.
So they weren't talking about anything that would be happening immediately. They're talking about eventually when Sora like settles this with Ansem.
I need to stop being lazy and edit like this when I do Let's Plays. It's nice. I remember the time before I knew how to edit, and that was rough.
So this is almost the last time we'll be in Monstro. There's one more, I believe.
That's surprising. I did not expect that. Oh, I can.
But it was a dark matter, so it was worth it.
I think I might know what that last visit is. All right.
The one and only Trinity in Atlantica.
Goofy, you missed.
He's got the shield on his back.
Oh, I guess that's what he's doing.
Alright. I'm trying to remember which one is here in Halloween Town.
So stat-wise, how decent is the Alice in Wonderland Keyblade?
A little light on attack, but it makes up for it for how much it boosts your MP.
Okay.
At this point, that extra MP is outweighs, you know, a couple of lesser points in attack.
Right. Anything that gives you, much like tabletop games, anything that gives you extra, like, actions is like, you can't beat that, really. We gotta be getting close to being done with the puppies, I would think.
Pretty close. There's still a lot of stuff scattered throughout the worlds that I haven't gone back and gotten. Honestly, there wasn't any real reason why I needed to go back and get specifically the White Trinities here. I guess I just kind of wanted to because we unlocked the ability to do the White Trinities in Hollow Bastion in our first visit. But next part, we'll be doing a much more thorough cleanup of all of the worlds.
I mean, you know, you went to all this trouble to get White. Well, I mean, I guess you automatically get it, but, like, you might as well relish unlocking that.
Yeah, so now we're heading through the new warp hole back to Hollow Bastion. So we're going straight from Traverse Town.
Those blocks are almost certainly inspired by Tron. At least, if not, that's a huge coincidence. I need to watch the first Tron again. I only saw it once, and I felt like it was going to give me a migraine.
One of the first movies to use digital special effects, and to the point where the Academy actually disqualified it from the Oscar for Best Visual Effects because they considered digital effects cheating.
Oh, that's so quaint. Boy.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, like... Meanwhile, the practical effect in that movie is arguably one of the cooler things, where they, I think, what was it, they, like... It was either they, like, desaturated the footage, or they, like, inverted it, or... I know they did something weird to have that weird pop.
I haven't seen much of the original Tron. I've seen Tron Legacy at least twice, though, and I don't like that movie.
It's cool, but I'll be real. Tron Legacy has one main purpose, and that was an excuse for Daft Punk to make one of the greatest albums they've ever done.
Yes. And Tron Ares is a thing
with
that is
Trent
coming
Reznor and Nine Inch Nails, so
it's just a shame that it's coming out in modern Disney. I have no confidence
as long as the music's good. Yeah, as long as the music's good, that's all I really care about.
So yeah, right here. Yeah, I'm just not sure what Beast is doing out here in the Rising Falls, but yeah, right here he talks about how Belle and all the other princesses are still here, and apparently there's some sort of reason for it. It's not just because they're trapped and can't leave.
I think I remember vaguely that what's to come.
But yeah, they go out of their way to justify Beast joining back up with the party once we cool. Get back here.
You know, it's interesting. I've said that a lot of the Disney characters have well-animated faces, but much like, well, I feel like because Beast has a certain anatomy to him, they did not give him that level of polish.
I mean, stuff later on in the game can tend to get some of the, late stage, whatever they had left over, so...
Makes sense, but...
It's kind of a thing where like his mouth is the equivalent of Sora's pasted on texture mouth.
Like a character that comes to mind is Bowser, who has a notoriously hard face to emote
animate
with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this chest right here, the bubble that brought me down did not exist on the first visit. I couldn't have gone down.
That's cool.
And I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, I didn't just miss it. I think this is our last White Trinity.
So this is the only game with Trinities, right?
Correct. All the games try to incorporate some kind of collectible, but they tend not to want to use the same one more than once.
I see.
And it's just that the one game where you can't swap around your party easily is also the one where the collectible relies on a certain party configuration. But I mean, I guess if it was too easy, then what would be the point of even requiring the party in the first place? Right.
So throughout the series, is Hollow Bastion a one-off, or do we ever come back here?
Earlier when I said that every world in Kingdom Hearts other than Deep Jungle makes a reappearance, I meant it, although now that I think about it, the true final area never showed up again, but...
That's fair. And yeah, I forgot you said that. Just
but
because...
Yeah, no, Hollow Bastion, we already know that this is where the Final Fantasy characters are originally from. Ansem was here doing research before the events of this game. There's a lot of history to Hollow Bastion and a lot of context to it beyond just, the big bad place that will blow up when you defeat them. Which is not the case.
Oh, hey.
Oh, Belle.
Again, it's difficult for me to reconcile the fact that is not a recast of Beast. That is his film voice actor. Because that right there, that little gasp has always stood out as being kind of...
Like, it's not deep enough.
Alright, so the princesses are holding back the darkness that's pouring out of the keyhole.
Way to drop the ball, Kyrie. Should have been with the girls doing the team play. I don't know.
So the library here, for some reason, there is more than one instance of really good stuff that you have to talk to random NPCs, go out of your way and do it in order to get. Because right there, we just got the Beauty and the Beast Keyblade.
Right. So that's sparkly coming out of the ceiling to the left. What is that? Is that a...
I think it's just supposed to be water.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a waterway beneath us.
Oh, yeah. I thought maybe it was like a collectible. Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, so this is Divine Rose. It is pretty good Keyblade. A little stubby, but it packs a wallop.
It feels a little garish. Like, the saturation of the purple against that green is a little much, but eh.
Mm-hmm. While endgame Keyblades do eventually outclass it, outside of the ones that you are probably going to get, this might be one of the best ones.
Okay. Oh,
so once again, I am taking mercy on us and fast forwarding through this.
It's wild to me they don't let you skip that in remakes and stuff.
You know, it's intolerable the first time you do it, but on repeat playthroughs, I rarely get too annoyed. It's mostly the fact that you have to watch it go back.
You know, it's a shame these accessories don't have 3D models.
I don't think accessories have ever had 3D models. In later games, they have little 2D icons for them, though.
That's still something, because right here, it's like the flavor text and the title are almost one and the same.
Yeah, items didn't have that, and it was a welcome addition in later games. Here's that one Trinity.
Blue.
So I am, since most of going through Hollow Bastion here is the same as before, just with a bunch of enemy encounters and slightly different enemy configurations, I'm skipping a lot of stuff.
That's probably for the best, because random fights can take up so much time.
Oh, it was. Like, I was shocked at how much time this saved. But yeah, so here's all the rest of the princesses.
She's so tiny.
Alice is really short.
I mean, to be fair,
and I mean,
she's...
Snow White is 14 years old.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe... To be fair, she is British.
Yeah, she's British, but she's not Japanese.
Oh, I meant... That was like a malnourished joke or something, but yeah.
But yeah, these Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, they don't have voice actors. They're not in any voiced cutscenes. These two feel so much more formal than the others, talking, you know, like Keyblade Master, even though I have to force myself to hear their words as people rather than as, like, goddesses.
Right. I mean, I'm curious because Cinderella would be a cool world considering what you have to do, and that literally has a key as a central point in the story at one point. So you could do some cool stuff with that. But yeah, like, this is clearly Cinderella has already probably had her happy ending.
Yeah, this is all of these. The classic princesses, Snow White, Cinderella, Princess Aurora, this game takes place after the events of their films, or the equivalents thereof.
Do any of the games that take place before this one ever touch into their stories, or nah?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just blanket yes. There's one game in particular that said, oh, we're a prequel? Well, I guess we might as well go back and do the worlds of all of the other princesses we haven't gotten to.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good to hear.
So yeah, we do go to Cinderella's world is called Castle of Dreams. Sleeping Beauty's is Enchanted Dominion, and Snow White's is Dwarf Woodlands.
Oh, cool. That's a good name for Cinderella's, because that castle is weirdly liminally dreamy.
Very much so. It's I'm trying to remember which castle is at Disneyland and which one is at Disney World.
I can tell you. I'm almost certain that it's Snow White's... Or, wait, no, let me think. Shoot.
I think it's Sleeping Beauty's castle in Land and Cinderella's in World.
Yeah. Oh, it's Cinderella's in World. That's interesting.
I think. That's my guess.
Yeah. I've always liked cool castle designs. Mm-hmm. There's one architecture in... Oh, what part of California is it? I think it's Newport? No. San Diego is a building there. San Diego temple. That has one of the coolest castle designs I've ever seen.
Oh yes.
Super cool.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good temple designs around the world. One of my favorites is Washington D.C.
Oh, I should look that one up.
So now we can actually move around this area. Before we walked into past that little area with the princesses and immediately triggered all those cutscenes and all those events. So now we can actually get this stuff.
Huh.
And now for Keyblade number 3 of this part.
Oblivion. That thing behind you. Oh. Ooh, that's a cool one.
Oh yeah. So this is the third one in the trio of Keyblades that keep coming back: the Kingdom Key, Oblivion, and Oathkeeper. Oathkeeper, like I said, represents Sora's connection to Kairi. Oblivion represents Sora's connection to Riku.
That makes sense.
And Oblivion sucks in this game. It's terrible. You right before you get it, you got Divine Rose here, and Divine Rose not only gives you more MP, but also has a higher attack rating. So Oblivion is longer and I think has a higher critical stuff, but it's just not worth it. And the thing is that they changed a lot of stats for Keyblades from vanilla to Final Mix. Oblivion was better in vanilla, but is worthless in Final Mix.
So that thing up there on the ledge, are we to presume that Kairi was going to be put in that thing, much like the other princes were put in their little stasis pods?
I'm not entirely sure. I think they just needed the princesses all there. I'm not sure what Ansem planned to do with Kairi once her heart went back into her body.
Right.
Probably just put her in another rock formation.
Right, and I'm just wondering if that thing in the back of the room might be the mechanism by which he was going to do that, because that seems out of place otherwise in the room. Anyway, I'll shut up, but I will say I do love little touches in rooms when it comes to bothering to decorate them.
Yep.
Oh,
we gotta. Yeah, this little mob fight here, I think, goes on a little bit longer than it needs.
I do not care for fights that just are borderline endurance runs. Ugh.
There's sliding dash.
It's a cool move.
Very handy at closing distance.
It's very stylish.
I've picked the sword before and had that in the early game, and it's become a staple of my play pattern in those playthroughs, and losing it in the later ones has not always been easy.
Gosh dang boss.
Here we have Behemoth.
I have died so many times to this stupid boss.
On the whole, Behemoth is generally considered to be one of the easiest bosses. It's actually more of a mini-boss in Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. I'll also... It's not just that. It's... You know what? Maybe I didn't die that much to it, but what I did do is die to things after it, therefore I had to fight it, regardless of, ugh. I think that was the real problem.
It's more stutters there. There are also a lot of behemoths. Like I fight, I don't even know how many behemoths in this playthrough. So it could be a later behemoth that you're thinking.
That's probably it. I was surprised to see it actually just right away. This probably isn't the one.
Get in the wrong situation, and his attacks, while slow, do hit like a truck. So if you didn't have second chance, that could have been a big problem.
Yeah. I really like the design of this room.
Yeah, it's cool. You know immediately that this is the inside of that keyhole you saw outside. So that thing where he summons lightning, dodging that is actually really hard. I think I got the timing down pretty good in this fight, but I have trouble consistently dodging it. I always think that I get the timing right, and then it just punches right through my invincibility frames.
Oh, I didn't realize Treasure Magnet wasn't... I thought that was party-wide. Huh.
No, treasure magnet is per party member, which means that I almost never attach it to any of my party members because it just means that they steal my pickups.
Who said that?
Oh, hey, look, they're here.
Ah.
Yep, they mentioned that they, knew who Ansem was way back when, so it makes sense that they lived here. Presumably it is very, very different from how it was when they grew up.
Oh, yeah. To quote Timon, talk about your fixer-uppers. Wait, what about his island?
Basically, when I think they're talking about how to restore all of the worlds, including Sora's island. But they're saying that when he does that, all of the worlds will be separate again.
Nope.
Yeah, so this was something that they kind of had to write around in later games, where it's like, okay, once this adventure is over, we've basically made these worlds inaccessible again. But wait a second, we need a sequel. Are we just gonna have the Heartless tear down the walls again? Just have the worlds make their own new pathways.
Okay.
It's yet another idea that they had for this initial game that works very well in isolated, but when you're trying to build a franchise, it really gets in the way.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again. Besides, I couldn't forget you, even if I wanted to.
What's that supposed to mean?
So now that we have all the Final Fantasy characters here, I can talk about the fact that Tifa was considered as an optional boss fight to appear in Olympus Coliseum, similar to how we refought Yuffie and Leon, but she had to be cut for time.
Does she ever manage to get put in, or nah?
Yes, okay. They get back to her eventually.
Okay, good.
Fortunately, before they started excising Final Fantasy stuff. Alright, so we've sealed the Hollow Bastion Keyhole.
The day is saved.
Although, there's a lot of stuff surrounding the Hollow Bastion Keyhole that I'm not entirely clear on, about how it's like, oh, the keyhole is incomplete, but is it talking about this keyhole here, or the big keyhole in the other room where we get to this space? And if it's not complete, then wouldn't that mean that not completing it is great, because then you can never close it for the villains?
Yeah, that is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they were talking about the weird gate to get to the keyhole wasn't complete, maybe? I don't know. It's weird.
And right here, they give us Viraga.
Yay! Is
yeah,
that
so
the last
here,
one?
No, there's still more spells to collect, but I think that's one of the first tier 3 spells that we've acquired, actually.
Oh, wow. How did I not notice that?
It might be oh yeah, I think we get most of the or a good number of the tier 3 spells in an optional side quest.
Okay.
Which we'll get to next time, I think.
I definitely got the 3rd level cure, because I was not going to face all the boss shenanigans at the end of this game without it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, this is one of the... well, anyways, let's talk to Aerith here. So this is talking to Aerith number 1. Oh, hey, we've only been getting the even-numbered reports.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
So here's a bunch of the odd-numbered ones. Of course, in the original release, this is in my mod. I was... Throughout the game, you get the odd numbers, and then right here, she gives you a bunch of the even numbers, but... I changed the numbering. Alright, so, bunch of Ansem reports, so let's read those. Number 1. It is my duty to expose what this darkness really is. I shall conduct the following experiments. Extract the darkness from a person's heart. Cultivate darkness in a pure heart. Both suppress and amplify the darkness within. The experiments cause the test subjects' hearts to collapse, including those of the most stalwart. How fragile our hearts are. My treatments produce no signs of recovery. I confine those who had completely lost their hearts beneath the castle. Sometime later, I went below and was greeted by the strangest sight. Creatures that seemed born of darkness. What are they? Are they truly sentient beings? Could they be the shadows of those who had lost their hearts in my experiments? Number 3. The Heartless appear in groups and are multiplying rapidly. I've provided them both living and non-living samples. They've responded only to the living. They seem to multiply after absorbing something from the living creatures. Their prey vanishes without a trace. I believe the Heartless are taking hearts. They are born from those who've lost their hearts and thrive on hearts seized from others. The hearts taken by the Heartless become heartless themselves. Though I lack proof, I am confident in this hypothesis. I must also study their behavioral principles. Though they lack emotions, they do seem to have some intelligence. How to communicate with them? It's just occurred to me. Could they be the darkness in people's hearts? Number 5. A massive core of energy lay beyond the door sought by the Heartless. It may well be the ultimate goal of all Heartless. But what is that energy? I've devised a hypothesis based upon my observations of the Heartless. The Heartless feed on others' hearts, and they yearn for that energy core. That thing beyond the door must be a heart, too, the heart of this world. There is no proof, but having felt that immense energy, I am certain that was the heart of the world. The Heartless are trying to take hearts not only from all living creatures, but from the world itself. But what do they mean to do with the heart of the world? Just as people have hearts, so do worlds. Same can be said of the stars in the night sky, and deep within each world lies a door to its heart. The Heartless desire those hearts. Born out of the darkness in people's hearts, they seek to return to a greater heart. Yes, that's it. The Heartless come from people's hearts, as does the darkness. Is the core of the world's heart the world of the Heartless? I'll pursue the answer there, and become all-knowing. My path is set. I shall seek out the wielder of the Keyblade, and the princesses. My body is too frail for such a journey, but I must do this. I will cast it off, and plunge into the depths of darkness. So there you go. All this time we've been collecting the innocent parts of Ansem's report, and we've gotten all the puppies now. And right there is all of the stuff in between that detailed that he was doing some pretty messed up stuff.
Yeah! Like, at first I'm like, oh, was he like maybe... Like, you think about living subjects, you're like, animals? People? Like, she's doing, yeah, some truly horrendous stuff.
Okay, so that right there, I talked to Aerith for the 3rd time. So the first time, she gave me all those reports. Second time, she just sort of said some stuff. Third time, she gives you Kiraga.
I think you told me to do this when I played.
Yes, I do. This is one of those things where it's like, after you seal the keyhole, immediately go to the library and talk to Aerith 3 times. Because, I mean, people would might go to the library, and they would probably, if they do, they'd probably talk to Aerith. But after she gives them the reports, they might not think to talk to her again.
Yeah.
And if they do, and she just says something, they'll be like, oh, well, that's all she's going to say. And then you talk to her a 3rd time, she gives you Kiraga. I'm like...
That's wacky.
What? Why didn't she just give you that at the same time as the reports? I just... But yeah, so right there we learned that Ansem was, like, he was doing human experimentation. Like, he was intentionally causing people's hearts to collapse. Like, this is horrifying.
Yeah. I'm glad they never actually show us those experiments. Ugh.
And then, like, when they lost their hearts, he just would, like, throw them into a dungeon beneath the castle, and then he comes back and it's like, oh, they morphed into these creatures, and it's like, ugh.
So are we to understand, much like how Kairi lost her heart, these people were just, like, catatonic looking, probably?
Given that they kind of showed someone losing their heart early on in the game and their body disappears, and also that Sora's body disappeared when his heart left his body, I think we're kind of meant to understand that Kairi as a Princess of Heart is different.
Okay.
I believe the lore is the fact that because Kairi as Princess of Heart has 0 darkness, her body does not return to darkness when the heart leaves it. It just sticks around. So she is one of 7 people that happens to.
Okay, that explains some stuff in 2 that I've yet to get to myself.
Yeah, what happens to Sora is what you would expect to happen when someone's heart is taken out of their body for one reason or another.
All the puppies are back.
Yeah, if the characters had more knowledge about the world, the fact that someone's losing their heart leaves behind a catatonic body would be a dead giveaway that they're a Princess of Heart, or that something else is going on.
I can't imagine how bad that room smells.
Alright, get our final gifts from them. Mega Elixir, Orichalcum, Ultima G, Attack Boost, that's always good. There we go.
Okay.
Eroka. Awesome.
So that's how you get that.
And the complete Gummi collection.
Nice. What does skill boost do again?
Tech boost.
Tech boost.
Remember that the tech thing where like you get little EXP points if you like parry an attack?
Oh, so it gives you more?
Yeah, it increases how many tech points it gives you when
that's
you do that.
handy. Actually, what level are we at?
I don't remember. I think I'm gonna say like 60-ish. All right. Now, even though we got the complete Gummi collection, that mostly relates to gummies that you can get like in bulk by flying around. Special gummies are still locked behind acquiring them from like chests and whatnot. But right there, I put on basically everything that I'm going to need for the last bit of Gummi stuff. But anyways, we will see you during the grand cleanup next time.